It's early in the morning. It's like 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Put my baby to sleep, and I think it's because I took a nap today. I fell asleep on the floor. I was just out. I was out. I was out. Fell asleep. But I had a topic on my mind, and growing up in growing up in Long Beach, California. Growing up in Long Beach was definitely an interesting Long Beach, California, interesting place, right? So they say it all the time, but when I've been feeling like this, but that's why I just decided to make a video on it today because you'll try to catch yourself slipping back into like old habits and things like that. And I my mama calls me bougie, right? Like we ain't in the hood. But Long Beach itself, like the whole fucking city, is like a hood. I was just laughing about it, but dead serious. Like God has definitely watched over me when it came to me, to my protection over walking these streets. Whenever I decided to have the courage enough to walk them and not care. I just remember, like, you grow up, and it's just like all those statements, like, if you black, you go through this, or if you lived in the hood, you went through this. And it's less like I grew up seeing a lot of like hood ratchet shit, right? You, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot. And this is also me speaking to the young men that like they interested in that type they know is not good for them. You know, you just have to. This is probably what I would call dick discipline. Growing up, wherever you grow up, they already say, men, get the hell up out of the city. Stop fucking with hoes in the city. Stop dealing with females in your city. Even if that's what I'm saying, like in I've run into just women in every walk of life. So yeah, like you never really know. Like that's what I'm like respectfully. She might not look like she got ran through. That's what I'm saying. She might have even one child is definitely, to most men is kind of like a red flag, you know. And I don't know if I said it before publicly, but I feel like women with sons, they have it a little bit tougher. Like in a man's eyes, women with sons, they got a little bit tougher. A dude is definitely gonna feel like he can slide his way in there with daughters. That's why a lot of men, like when it comes to the women that they have like daughters with, they'll act a little bit more funny, but at the same time, it's a lot of these women that keep their kids and they have very toxic views on life or on men. And and would have sons or like, even having daughters and having like this toxic view of men. They just kind of pushing their daughter, down a path don't they never really wanted for their child, but because they're so angry with life, they're like, this is how evil the world is, and this is how men are, and this is how people are. And it's a lot of not holding yourself accountable, and I don't do the double standard. So of course I mean this on both ends. It's just about us growing as individuals. Like my soul still feels the pain of a lot of shit that goes on, like, in my city or in my community or, with my people. But it's like, you can't save everybody. And it's not like they ask for it. Some of us, we trying to We just be trying to make sure people can love at the best of their ability, to their highest capacity. And you'll just see by the way somebody talks. Like, you know what I mean? Especially being from the city, or staying in the same area, or being, or moving back to the same area. That's what I did. I moved back a couple times. So it's being in the same area, oh, where you at? Oh, you in the city. And it's just like, some of these souls, they don't really be worth reconnecting with when you kind of elevate into a higher level. It's not this, it's like you might see that they're still in the same place. Some people would just take a little bit longer. I said that before. Some people just take a little bit longer to kind of get out of their rut. So, if you're a dope individual, if you're a dope friend, you could let somebody kind of, fall back and get themselves together while they're healing, while they're hibernating. I call it hibernation. That's another part of hermit mode. So that's what I would call it. But we don't be having the time to waste or to wait. These are reasons why I say, like, when it comes to like the whole dating aspect, the woman I'm dealing with she gotta kind of be on a younger end. I'm not saying like extremely young, but most of us be having healing to do. And when you're not in a rush, and you're not, you're not trying to just get straight, just get straight to it, as far as like sexually, you just trying to take it easy. Especially as a man. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm not speaking for all men. Most men, that's what I'm saying. Most niggas is thinking about getting in them draws, and they don't really give a fuck about nothing else. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I am a guy. Like I always say, I'm just on a different time right now. That's when I could blow your back out, but they ain't got shit to do with me right now. Like, I got other shit to do. I got money to go get. I got stability to go create. So that's what I'll definitely respect a woman that's like trying to observe me and study me and try to understand who I am as a person versus the fleshy shit. I call it the 3D world shit that doesn't really equate to anything. You know what I mean? That's not really the long term when it comes to dealing with a soul. So it's just like, we gotta, and that's what I'm saying. I'm still learning. I'm never not learning. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like seeing what my type is, my cousin calls it a Captain-Save-A-Hoe complex. And depending on how you grew up, the women that gravitate to you because of the pain that you saw growing up, it can keep you in this cycle of seeing a woman and seeing her struggling and want to do something for her. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. Some of us dudes can just see, we can just see the pain. You know what I mean? And respectfully, it's not always in a disrespectful way. Damn, you know what I mean? You'll just see it. And you be like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how my mom was, or that's how my grandma was. You know what I mean? Somebody in your family. And some of us, we gotta kind of shake that. It's been generations of that. And it ain't about not helping. That's what I'm saying. I definitely have that kind of soul that'll help us, help a soul. Like they say in the Bible, you know what I mean? Or they won't say it in the Bible. Actually, I heard more of my pastor saying it. It's not for me to know what this being is going to do with the money that I give it. God just told me to give, so I'm going to give. I feel like the world is a little bit more colder than that. That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't just straight out just give just because it looked like they need it. Because it's a lot of people on this planet. They'll be out scraping for change, got their whole family. I've seen it with my own eyes in California. Whole family out trying to scrape change in Orange County. But daddy is around the corner sitting in the Benz in air conditioning. Clean too. Benz ain't even dirty. I'm talking about clean, like straight out of the like it just had a detailed wash. But you can't, you know what I mean? But you can't keep that energy of like, damn, everybody is out doing some slick shit. Everybody is out doing some conniving shit. You feel me? So like it's just about observing. And that's what a lot of this shit is now. Like, you know what I mean? I get to sit back and observe. So it's just like that's somebody, yeah, she might be cute, she might got a little fatty, she might be, some people just see her putting her little work in, getting her little grind on. But still, you'll hear, that's what I'm saying, you hear pain in people's voices. You hear the pain in people's voices. You hear the cry for help. That's hard to shake. Some people be needing years to get past that. And it's not ever like the quickest process that you can imagine. But if you never start and you never been alone for a year or 2 years, it gets, it can get like kind of like a desperate for love kind of feeling after a while. Definitely like a desperate for love kind of energy. I'll also say, men and women, you stay single for too long after not being able to accept love, you being hurt or you healing yourself. It'll be a while. That's what I'm saying. You kind of gotta figure out how to figure a way out to stay connected. My children help me stay connected, with the feeling of love, because I do get the feeling a lot of the times of like me not being able to obtain that level of love that I see within my life. So it's just a back and forth kind of deal, but you also just gotta realize that you deserve more. And I know it's a lot of BS. I'm trying not to cuss. I know it's a lot of BS that be floating around, and it's like you can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't. A lot of the things, men and women are not the same. We can be equal and still not be the same. I really was digging that statement, and it's just like a woman wanting to be alone for the rest of her life. It had to be some damage. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just speaking my mind. You feel me? It gotta be something that happened extremely painful for us to walk through life and be like, yeah, I don't ever really want to experience love. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it sucks because a guy be like, you don't want to go through it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Man, it may have his first heartbreak. I see be messed up for a while. Some dudes never recover from it. They be playing hoes for the rest of their life. Be 40 years old, still dealing with some baggage from their mama that led them to their first heartbreak at 16. Nowadays, they just mad at the world. It's called red pill rage. just mad at the world for years. And it's like, you got to watch that energy. You'll mess around and have kids, and it's just like, I hate women, now I got daughters. Now you putting all that hatred on your kids. Come on now. I be all over the place, but that's what I'm saying. I was just trying to say, like, I was speaking to myself, really. Stay away from these hood hoes. Stay away from these hood chicks. I was so that's the funny thing. Like I feel like I was considered a square. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't like a like nerdy, but you know I wasn't like the hood nigga. You know what I mean? So I got I was told like oh you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy, and then fuck around and she go sleep with the whole basketball team. Like, you know what I mean? All the homies. You know what I mean? And you can't be mad at it because it's just like, then Wayne said it, Drake said it, whatever. Hoes gonna be hoes. You feel me? But when you a lover boy, that shit hurt. Until you get out of that. Until you dealt with that. Until you see the girl that you really like really snake you and go fuck on your friends. On your homies. You don't know it, you know what I mean? Until you go through that, until you see it, you might be a little naive to it. And being naive as a man is the worst thing you can do. One of the worst things you can do is be naive. That's why I'm thankful for all these groups and all these channels coming out, speaking on that young man shit that needs to be talked about. This stuff needs to be discussed. Yeah, some of these dudes didn't have a father. Even my dad. I speak to my dad on a frequent basis. But still, I feel like he learns from me just how I might learn something from him. And I say might because we got a lot of parents now that they still don't want to get to know us. We grown as hell, be different whole beings than we was as kids, and it's like your parents don't even want to take the time to get to know you. I'm a new me. You know what I mean? Just how all these other people gotta reintroduce themselves to me and they gotta relearn who I am. I'm not the same being. That's a part of this talk too, and I'm glad I didn't cut it off yet. Because speaking directly for me, right? I don't fuck with the energy of a woman coming back into my life. If she knew who I was and she want to re-get to know me, hit me with some old shit from a couple years ago. Are you about to deal with me in the energy that I am right now or not? No, like you floated back around for a reason. And that's what I'm saying. For me, I'll still see. That's what I'm saying. I made a I think I had put a post about it. But even friendships, something that's not finished yet, that's not discussed. And that's why people be floating back around because it's what's the term? I needed I forgot what term it's called. It is no such thing as what do you call it? Reconciling? I forgot what you call it. But people will float back around and it's just like you got to make sure you're not the one to do it, or if you just doing it, out of hurt. But I also have to, say that I'm one of those souls that just like checking, if you got genuine love for somebody, you check up on them. But some people, they still don't. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you'll learn like that checking up shit ain't gonna fly too much longer either, because people still be sitting on whatever hurt they are. You know what I mean? They don't be ready to fucking level up with you. They be ready to fucking talk about some past shit. I be over all of that shit. That's what I'm saying. You'll see somebody and if they still carrying some kind of negative thought about anything, I be ready to ditch them. And that's just me being honest. I feel like that for a while. And, I had an issue with just trying to be cool with people. And it's just like, some of you niggas just really don't be wanting to put the work in. Even when it comes to not smoking. I put I put the shit down for a week, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this what I was missing? But then, then I just be wanting to, I bust my ass. So I'm like, okay, let me get something to reward myself. But then, like I said, I noticed I feel like they put some kind of fucking drug up in weed now, to the point where it's just like it's intentionally put here for you to not have a drive. They don't want you writing out those new ideas. They don't want you executing those new plans that you have put in your head. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying weed eliminates that. Some people smoke this shit so much that they can't even function. You be so damn high that you can't even write. It's work. Told God plenty of times, all right, I'm ready to put that work in. Boom. He sent the obstacles. The obstacles is being sent my way. God, I sacrifice my love for me to get the stability that I want for my kids. I'll sacrifice that love. I'll sacrifice that. I'll take it. Take it. I want stability for me and my kids. Take it. Teach me how to love my children better. That's what I want. I don't mind waiting. That's that instant gratification. I don't need the instant gratification. I'll put in the work so I can maintain it. I'll put in that work so I can maintain it. Show me what I need to do. Come on, God. Show me what I need to do. Show me. And when God shows you, you need to be ready. You need to be ready. And be willing to let go of everything that no longer serves you. Even if it hurts. Even if it hurts. This Jay Spivey. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Just trying to get my thoughts out there. Big ass raccoon walking by, looking like a damn dog. Much love. I'm out.